Greetings to everyone on our channel, friends. This is Sheriff Labrador back with you again, along with my trusty partner, Sheriff Dobie. Today we have something special for you. We are diving into the terrifyingly exciting Roblox mode called Escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria.
Hello, everyone. Imagine this. You're trapped in an abandoned pizzeria where danger lurks around every corner. The main goal is to escape from this grim place, but be careful. A creepy chef, Papa Pizza, is hot on your heels, cooking his horrifying pizzas out of human parts. Yes, you heard that right. This will be a true test of agility and wits.
Dobie, tell everyone what they have to overcome.
Oh yes, guys, this will be a real challenge. You will need to solve puzzles, avoid traps, and run as fast as you can to avoid falling into the hands of this insane chef. But don't worry, Labrador and I will be there to help you every step of the way.
So, are you ready for this incredible adventure? Then make yourselves comfortable, brace your nerves, and let's see if we can escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria together.
Oh no, Labrador, where's the light? I think Papa Pizza is chasing us. Hide, Labrador! We need to act quickly and precisely because Papa Pizza is right on our heels.
Oh, guys, he's right behind us. Do you see those scary eyes and that creepy apron? Papa Pizza is making his horrific pizzas, and he wants to add us to the menu. We need to find an exit immediately.
Exactly, Labrador. Listen carefully, guys. To save ourselves, we need to find a hole in the floor and jump into it. It's our only chance to escape this crazy chef. Let's move quickly. Time is running out.
Excellent. We did it, guys. We're safe. This time. But stay alert. There are always new challenges in this game. Thanks for being with us, and see you in the next adventure.
Woo, that was creepy, but we made it. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and let us know in the comments which modes you'd like to see next time.
We are now in, yes, the stinky sewers. Oh, what a terrible stench here. But we have no choice, guys, to get out of here. We need to climb up through the hatch. The problem is that waiting for us above is none other than the evil Papa Pizza.
Exactly, Labrador. The hatch leads straight into the bathroom, and Papa Pizza is already there, ready to grab us. But we have a plan. First, we need to find the hatch and carefully climb up, and then we'll try to outsmart him.
Do you see ahead? There should be a hatch. Be careful and watch every step to avoid traps. Dobie, do you think we can outsmart Papa Pizza?
Of course, Labrador. We need to be smarter and faster. Guys, as soon as we climb up through the hatch, be ready to react quickly. We need to immediately figure out how to bypass Papa Pizza and escape.
All right, Dobie, let's give it a try. There's the hatch. I see it. Is everyone ready? Let's climb up. Carefully. Quietly. That's it. We're almost there.
Oh no, he's here. Run, guys, faster. We need to find a way out of this bathroom and bypass Papa Pizza. Labrador, where to next?
We made it through that scary web. But how did Papa Pizza even become Papa Spider? Ouch! We stepped on a spike. We'll have to start over from the beginning.
We're currently navigating a trap with spikes, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught in them.
Yes, Dobie, this is definitely not the place you want to get stuck. Watch your step, guys, and move away from these ominous spikes. We can do this together. Stick together.
After this trap, we'll face another challenge. We have to navigate a parkour across old pipes that could collapse at any moment. Be careful, guys, and help each other out.
Don't doubt it, we'll do this together. Hold hands and move forward. Nothing will stop us in this deadly race against time.
By the way, Labrador, do you remember that time when we tackled this mode as part of a 6-person sheriff squad?
Of course I remember. It was an exciting adventure. We fought against the clock, solved puzzles, and supported each other every step of the way. And remember what we promised to the one who would complete the level first?
Yes, we promised a prize and the trophy for the best sheriff. But you know, in the end, we all made it together and shared that victory.
Exactly, Dobie. It's important to remember that strength lies in unity. We can achieve great heights when we're together. So stick together, friends, and together we can overcome all obstacles.
We just escaped from the pizzeria with the terrifying chef. Phew, that wasn't easy. We're currently in a room with lasers, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught by them.
Yes, Dobie, these lasers can be a real trap, but we'll manage, because we've already been through a lot. Let's move together and help each other out.
After this room, we'll face another challenge. We'll have to get into the freezer of this pizzeria and find a way out from there. But be careful, guys. There might be hidden dangers there.
Don't worry, we'll be together and help each other overcome any difficulties. Let's move forward and defeat this horror.
Also, Labrador, remember that time when we responded to a call from a school kid? He said the ice cream man was poisoning everyone through his ice cream and demanding huge amounts of money for the antidote.
Of course I remember. It was a real challenge for us, but thanks to our unity and teamwork, we were able to save everyone from this madness. It's important to remember that when we're together, we're strong.
Exactly, Labrador. Let's apply this principle in this game, too. Together, we'll overcome all obstacles. Be sure of it, guys.
By all means, we're ready for it. We received a call to the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It was one of the most memorable cases in our sheriff career.
Yes, Labrador. That day was a real trial for us. The head security guard of the pizzeria called us, and his face was pale with horror. He said he saw on camera how Freddy Fazbear started moving, which was very strange, considering that he usually stands still.
Dobie and I immediately assembled our team and headed to the scene. Upon arrival, we were prepared for anything. Our task was to evacuate everyone from the pizzeria and keep an eye on Freddy Fazbear to prevent any danger.
When we entered the pizzeria, we felt a strange atmosphere. The air was filled with tension, and we knew something was wrong. We started evacuating the visitors and staff, reassuring them that it was just a precaution.
But when everyone was safe, our team began monitoring Freddy Fazbear. He started moving, leaving his usual place, which made us remain constantly vigilant. We watched him, ready to intervene at any moment.
Finally, Freddy Fazbear returned to his place, and we were able to relax. That day showed us how important it is to be prepared for any situation, even the most unexpected. Thanks to our team and actions in the critical moment, we were able to prevent anything.
Exactly, Dobie. It was a real challenge, but we made it. We had an amazing story that happened yesterday. Both I and my faithful partner, Sheriff Dobie, suddenly found ourselves drawn into an incredible adventure that began right at our home.
Yes, Labrador, yesterday was a real climax. Both of us, tired after a hard day's work, went to bed, unaware of what awaited us. But our peace was suddenly interrupted by a strange light and the hum of UFO engines outside the window.
We both woke up from this strange sound and looked out the window to see what was happening. And what did we see? Hovering above our houses was a huge UFO, like something out of alien movies.
It was scary and exciting at the same time. But before we could do anything, we were both taken on this UFO. Before us was an incredible sight. We found ourselves inside the alien spaceship.
And that's when our real adventure began. The aliens made us go through various trials and puzzles to escape from this ship. It was like we were in a real escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria mode, only with aliens instead of a pizzeria.
Labrador and I worked together to overcome all the trials the aliens threw at us. Thanks to our unity and ingenuity, we managed to find a way out of this cosmic labyrinth and return home.
And when we found ourselves back on Earth, we felt like true heroes. It was one of the most incredible days of our lives, which we'll never forget. You never know what might happen, friends, so be prepared for anything.
Yes, we've gone through all the trials Papa Pizza threw at us, and it seemed like we were close to freedom. All that was left was to climb to the top of this sewer and escape from this cursed building. But, oh no, just when we thought our mission was almost complete, another trial awaits us ahead. A scary forest where Papa Pizza awaits us, ready to catch us and turn us into his next pizza topping.
This truly sounds terrifying, Dobie, but we have no choice but to gather all our strength and act together. We've overcome many dangers, and this forest won't be an exception.
Absolutely, Labrador. We must remain resolute and not let fear overcome us. Forward, friends. Together, we can overcome any obstacles and reach the end of this adventure.
Yes, Dobie, you're right. Let's go, guys. Stick together, follow us, and be prepared for anything. We'll meet Papa Pizza and show him that sheriffs don't give up so easily.
All that's left is to climb onto these boxes, and yes, we managed to escape from the evil Papa Pizza. Labrador, how did you manage to get through this dark forest maze? I was really scared when I saw him coming after us. Did you hear? When we jumped over the fence, he cried. I even felt sorry for him. How will he cook pizzas now?
Do you feel sorry for him? Remember what he makes his pizzas from. I think now he realizes that pizza should be made from simple ingredients, not from humans. Thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.
Yes, you're right. Goodbye, everyone.
Hello, dear friends. Today we will be escaping from the evil dog head.
But we won't just be escaping. We need to help the mama cat find her kittens. There are 7 kittens in total.
Don't forget to like the video. Well, let's get started. She says there will be monsters waiting for us, but we already know who they are. Maybe they'll see us and think we're one of them.
I hope we don't find out the answer to that question from inside one of them. But that would be amusing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They came out so suddenly, I didn't expect them around the corner at all.
Look, we found a purple key on the ground. That means there's a purple hole nearby. I mean, a purple lock.
We found it. It seems there's a spawn point here for a reason. Let's go in.
Okay, it seems you're right. We need to do some parkour, but if we fall, we'll be eaten by the giant evil dog head.
It's interesting how she got in here, considering the doors are so small.
Oh no, we fell right next to her. Luckily, she's clumsy due to her size. It must be very cramped for her here. I don't think she was put here intentionally. She was probably born and raised here.
I even feel a little sorry for her. It seems she's never even seen sunlight. That's probably why her eyes are red.
Phew, we landed very lucky on another parkour element, so we won't have to go back far.
Yeah, Sheriff Labrador. Luck is one of the main factors in parkour.
It turns out this block falls too. It's fortunate that having good reflexes gives you a chance not to fall.
Reflexes are indeed good, but it seems like it was too slippery there to get a grip.
Yeah, I also wanted to say that I think luck is needed all the time. Not just in parkour, but in life in general.
Rightly observed, Labrador. We've already passed the parkour. Somewhere around here is the lost kitten.
Here he is. Poor thing, sitting in the cage and crying. We need to quickly take him back to his mama cat. He might be hungry.
It seems we're headed into this portal. It wouldn't be cool to go through the parkour again in reverse.
Here's your little one, mama cat. Try not to lose track of them again. Now, let's go find the rest.
I hope this time it won't be as scary to find the key.
I'm afraid, Dobie, they might have gotten even angrier and called their friends so we couldn't rescue the others.
Yeah, let's try going left. Maybe there are fewer of them that way.
Wow, a banana. Maybe it's also some kind of special key.
It looks like it's a lure in case we get hungry.
Oh no, run! There are so many of them that the screen is shaking as they run.
When will we find the key already?
Here it is, finally. We found the key in the door right away.
Oh no, be careful. Go around them along the wall.
We managed to slip through. It's a good thing we're so agile.
I think there's a bone parkour here. I'm afraid to find out whose bones they are from.
Why is there a bone on the left if you can just... I got it. It was a scam.
Labrador, usually when people say scam, they mean an online deception for money.
Well, Dobby, now I know. By the way, what if the bones are here intentionally and they knew we'd come and gnaw on them? Did they think it would be so easy to bait us?
Unlikely. I have only one question. Why did they dress us up as cats? What if they had seen that we were dogs? They wouldn't have been hostile towards us.
Unfortunately, we won't find out because it's impossible to take it off. It's stuck.
I hear some sounds too. We need to get to the source. Maybe it's hypnotism for the kitten.
Perhaps. Here's the source, the head of the evil dog. It seems to be a fake. And in fact, it's a speaker.
It's emitting very strange sounds, as if it's a signal for aliens, or a call for other crazy dog heads.
Hooray! Come on, little kitten. We'll take you back to your mom now.
I wonder where the father of these kittens is.
I hope he's safe. And those weren't his bones there.
Here's another kitten. Only 5 left to find.
Let's keep going and search for the keys.
It seems like this isn't a key. Why do we need a toilet?
This is a teleporter. It's strange that it's in the toilet. Maybe we're in the sewer.
Judging by the fact that we just jumped into the water, that's true. Oh, look, it's the evil doghead fish. How does its head not tip over?
It seems we need to somehow navigate around these air currents so we don't get pulled up towards the dogfish.
Yeah, I see a spot where we can swim through. The main thing is not to rush and hold our breath well.
Oops, looks like she can swim. I thought she was just standing still.
Hey, Labrador, what do you think this place is, and how did we end up here?
I have no idea, Dobie. It's definitely weird. Why are Mama Cat's kittens locked up in cages guarded by the heads of evil dogs? And why do we need to go through all these trials to reach them?
It seems they chose us precisely because they know we're the best sheriffs. Maybe these dogheads were once ordinary, kind dogs, but something went wrong with an experiment. Or they were intentionally made like this. But who and for what purpose could create such a strange place?
Perhaps it's the work of some mad scientist or a group of pranksters. Or maybe it's part of some larger experiment. Regardless, our priority right now is to figure out how to navigate through these challenges and rescue those kittens.
Agreed. It seems that each trial is designed to test our skills and problem-solving abilities. We'll save these kittens and uncover the mystery of this strange place.
Hold the kitten, let's go find the next one.
I hope they're okay and still alive after all this time. But I don't think kittens would taste good. Plus, they're small and bony.
Great, another key. The door must be nearby.
There it is. Hurry up.
All right, what's up this time? These trials are really exciting.
There is a lot of dirt and stones around. Are we underground?
Look, we stepped on some strange material and it disappeared right under our feet. Just hope there's no trap like in Minecraft when you dig below yourself.
I hope the kids aren't claustrophobic. Let's make the atmosphere a little less gloomy by telling the kids a story about how there was a feud between cats and dogs in town. But we managed to band together to prevent something terrible from happening. It was a tense time in our city. Dogs and cats were at each other's throats, constantly bickering and fighting over territory and resources. It seemed like there was no end to the animosity between them.
Indeed, Dobie. The situation was dire. The streets were filled with growls and hisses, and it felt like the city was on the brink of chaos. But then something unexpected happened.
One day, a series of mysterious disappearances occurred. Dogs and cats from all over the city were vanishing without a trace. At first, we thought it was just the usual conflicts escalating, but it soon became clear that something more sinister was at play.
We knew we had to act fast. Despite the long-standing animosity between our two species, we realized that we were all in this together. We couldn't let our differences divide us any longer.
So, we put aside our rivalry and joined forces to investigate the disappearances. Working together was challenging at first, but as we delved deeper into the mystery, we discovered evidence pointing to a common enemy.
Hooray! We saved a kitten! It turns out that a group of rogue animals, neither dog nor cat, was behind the disappearances. They were trying to sow discord among us, using our differences against us to further their own agenda.
But we weren't about to let them succeed. With the help of our fellow dogs and cats, we tracked down the culprits and put an end to their scheme. In doing so, we realized that despite our differences, we were stronger together.
How sneaky! There was an evil doghead waiting for us right behind the door. I'm very glad that now cats and dogs in our city no longer harbor hatred towards each other.
I completely agree with you. Look, we found a door and immediately found the key. Very convenient.
While we were looking for that door, we found another key. Since we found another door as well, let's go through this one.
Labrador, I just remembered another interesting story. I always love spending time in the forest, enjoying nature, and collecting mushrooms. One warm autumn day, I decided to go for a walk in the woods alone. Labrador was busy with city affairs, and I thought some solitude wouldn't hurt. As I walked along the narrow path, I relished the fresh air and the vibrant colors of the autumn leaves. Soon, I stumbled upon a clearing with magnificent white mushrooms, and I began gathering them into my basket. Suddenly, I heard a strange noise coming from deep within the forest and decided to check it out. As I got closer, the forest came alive. The tree branches seemed alive and were moving as if trying to grab me. In a panic, I started looking for a way back, but the path had disappeared. Gathering all my courage, I continued forward, hoping to find a way out.
Oh no, we made a mistake. We've been here before.
Suddenly, I stumbled upon a deep pit filled with water and saw a large bear heading towards it. I froze, not daring to breathe. While the bear drank, I slowly and quietly began to retreat. But one of the branches under my foot snapped, and the bear looked up, staring straight at me. My basket of mushrooms fell from my hands, and I ran. I dashed through the forest, avoiding branches, until I burst onto a familiar clearing where the path leading out of the forest began. My heart was pounding, but I kept running until I reached safety. When I finally emerged from the forest, I was exhausted, but happy to have avoided danger.
Very engaging story with an unexpected twist, Dobie. Thanks for sharing it with us. Well, we found another key and are hurrying to open the penultimate door. Let's hope everything's all right with the kittens.
I see him behind the glass wall. We need to figure out how to reach it.
It looks like we'll have to do some parkour on the rocks. By the way, it really reminds me of the floor is lava mode. Guys, be sure to check out the video about this mode on our channel.
I'd like to take this golden key and melt it down. It could fetch a pretty penny. Something tells me there's a spawn point here for a reason.
You're right, the evil dog eat us.
How I love my job. From the outside, it seems very difficult. To some extent, it is. But when the work is enjoyable for you, all the difficulties seem trivial. It's always fun when you have such a cool partner like you, Labrador.
Very kind words, Dobie, thank you. You're a great partner too. But it seems like this is the last kitten.
Old Mama Cat, never lose your kittens again. Our adventure is coming to an end.
Here we are, finally out of that dreadful place and having done another good deed. It feels so satisfying. Anyway, thanks to everyone for watching. Feel free to suggest more games for us to play in the comments. Like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. But for now, we won't say goodbye.
See you later.
Hello, friends. It's me again, Sheriff Labrador, and today we have a special episode.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Sheriff Labrador, I am already excited.
Together with my loyal partner, Sheriff Dobie, we will tell you about the most beautiful and challenging mode in Roblox. Escape the Carnival of Terror Obby.
This mode is simply incredible. You enter a mysterious and eerie carnival full of dangers and unexpected twists.
Let's start from the very beginning. As soon as you enter the game, you are greeted by a spooky carnival lit only by dim lanterns. Dangerous traps and evil ghost clowns patrolling the area are scattered everywhere. Your task is to avoid them at all costs.
Exactly. The first stage is a maze of inflatable castles. You need to be very careful and quick not to fall into the clown's hands. I advise you to watch your step carefully to avoid the traps.
Yes, and that's just the beginning. Next, you will face the mirror room, where it is easy to get lost. The main thing here is to remember the path and not to panic. Mirrors can be deceiving, so don't let them confuse you.
And don't forget about the Ferris wheel. It looks beautiful, but inside it is full of dangerous mechanisms. You need to be very attentive and not stop, so you don't end up in a trap.
We need to go through these rusty pipes. Oh no, the fire touched us. We'll have to start over. And of course, we can't forget about the final part, the escape through the horror attraction. This is the most challenging part, where you will have to use all your skills and agility to reach the exit.
Friends, this mode is truly amazing. It is not only challenging, but also incredibly beautiful. We are sure you will love it. We are now in the very heart of the Carnival of Horrors, in the house of the Clown E.T. Just look at this grim place. We have to complete a parkour over old stinky pipes, and below us lies an abyss.
Yes, this is really frightening. The stinky pipes are not just a test of our agility, but also a true test of endurance. The foul smell is awful, but we need to focus and move forward.
Watch your step, Sheriff Labrador. If we slip, we'll fall into that bottomless pit. We need to be extremely careful and watch every step we take. Let's take this slowly and steadily.
Good plan, Sheriff Dobie. Do you see that narrow pipe ahead? We need to jump onto it and then move along the wall. The key is not to rush and to maintain our balance.
Great, I'm ready. Go ahead, Labrador, you first. I'll cover you. This is probably one of the toughest stages in this mode, but we'll make it, right?
Of course, Dobie. We're a team. Okay, one jump, then another. Carefully. Got it. Now it's your turn, Dobie.
Got it. I'm coming. One jump, another. Yes, I did it. Now we need to walk along this narrow pipe. It's slippery, so hold on tight.
Now we are in the scariest part, the torture room. There are saws everywhere, and we need to somehow make our way through this madness and get outside, where the clown's amusement park awaits us.
Yes, this is a real nightmare. These saws spin so fast that one mistake could cost us our lives. We need to move very carefully and precisely time our actions.
Look, Dobie, the saws move in a specific pattern. If you watch closely, you can catch the moment when they stop for a split second. That's when we need to dash through.
I made it through too. Can't you see me? Wow, look at this beautiful amusement park. The Ferris wheel, roller coasters, and so much more.
We're now running away from the scariest clown in this carnival. He wants to turn us into his dolls, and we urgently need to find a way to escape. Look, ahead of us is the Ferris wheel. That's our chance to get out.
Up, up! The clown is still behind us. Let's go, Labrador. We can do this.
Yes, we're at the top. What a view! From here, we can see the entire carnival. The clown won't catch us here.
Phew, that was intense. But we did it, Labrador. Now we're safe.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us likes. It's the best gift from you that each of you can give us.
For subscribing, I'll tell you a secret story. Our adventure began when we received an urgent call to the amusement park. Who would have thought that a giant dinosaur would appear in this creepy carnival and start wreaking havoc?
Yes, when we arrived, the scene was just terrible. The dinosaur knocked over the Ferris wheel and it started rolling towards the sea. We realized that if it wasn't stopped, there would be big problems.
The first thing we did was try to get the dinosaur's attention so it would stop destroying the park. Labrador, do you remember how we used loud noises to distract it?
Of course, Dobie. We started sounding sirens and launching fireworks. It worked, and the dinosaur temporarily stopped. This gave us some time to figure out how to stop the Ferris wheel.
The wheel was almost at the sea when we realized we could use construction cranes to hold it back. We quickly climbed the nearest cranes and started moving them towards the wheel.
It was tough, but we made it in time. We stopped the wheel and it ceased rolling. Meanwhile, the dinosaur started moving towards us again.
We knew we had to act quickly. While Labrador was dealing with the wheel, I went to find a way to calm the dinosaur. I found a big net and some strong tranquilizers. Just in time, we managed to sedate the dinosaur before it could start destroying everything again.
It was a real team effort. We saved the amusement park and prevented a huge disaster. Friends, always remember that in such situations, coordinated work and quick thinking are crucial.
Yes, Labrador, we did it! Friends, if you liked our story, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We are always ready for new adventures in the world of Roblox and are happy to share them with you.
Whoa, Dobie, this portal has teleported us to a new location. A volcano is erupting around us and lava is flowing beneath us. This is insane.
Yes, Labrador, this looks very dangerous. We have to be extremely careful. Look, there are many fire traps and challenging parkour ahead. We need to be quick and precise in our movements.
Right, Dobie, let's start by carefully observing the trajectory of these fire traps. We need to understand when they activate so we can dash through between the bursts.
Look, the first trap activates every 5 seconds. We have to wait for the right moment and quickly dash through. Ready?
Ready, 1, 2, 3, now. Great, I made it. Your turn, Dobie.
Here I go. Now! Who made it? Look, ahead is a narrow bridge over the lava. It looks very fragile, so we need to move slowly and carefully.
Keep your balance, Dobie. Look straight ahead and don't look down. We can make it if we're careful. One step at a time. Great, we're almost to the other side.
We did it, but there's another big fire trap ahead. We need to wait for the right moment again and dash through quickly.
Right, let's focus. Ready? 1, 2, 3, now. Whew, that was close, but we did it. Next, we need to jump over the lava flows.
Labrador, look, these platforms are moving. We need to time our jumps correctly to avoid landing in the lava. I'll jump first. Now! Great! I'm on the platform. Your turn.
Hey, here I come. Jump. Made it. We're doing great, Dobie. Just a few more jumps and we'll reach a safe place.
Come on, Labrador. Just a bit more. Jump. And another. Yes, we did it. We made it through all the fire traps and parkour.
Wow, do you see how beautiful and spooky it is here? It looks like someone is having a party. So, shall we go to their house? This clown hasn't had enough of us yet, and now we're going to play some mini-games from him. Wish us luck, subscribers. Dobie, remember the story about the clown park? Recently, we were called to the clown park. There were rumors that everyone who visited the clown's room disappeared without a trace. We decided to investigate.
Yes, Labrador. Those rumors were too strange to ignore. When we entered the park, the atmosphere immediately felt sinister, especially that clown room.
Exactly, Dobie. The entrance to the room was decorated with rusty chains and cracked masks that seemed to watch our every move. We immediately felt that something was very wrong here.
Inside, it was even worse. The walls were covered with faded posters of circus performances that looked like they came from an old nightmare. The air was thick with the smell of mold and decay.
Agreed. There were dolls scattered haphazardly on the floor, looking like they had been thrown in a hurry. And the walls had strange stains that resembled dried blood.
And those eerie clown paintings on the walls. They were painted with such creepy precision that it felt like the clowns were about to come to life. In the corner of the room, we found a huge chest labeled toys. But when we opened it...
Yes, inside were old tattered clown costumes and wigs. And one more thing, a small diary where someone had detailed the disappearances. It was horrifying.
Reading those entries was chilling. They described how the clown lured his victims by offering them a special performance. But none of them ever returned. We knew we had to be extremely careful.
We continued to search the room and found a hidden door behind one of the posters. Behind it was a narrow corridor leading into the darkness. We decided we had to find out what was down there.
The corridor led us to a massive door, which we found out was the dressing room.
It seems this is where the clown turned people into his friends, applying makeup to make them unrecognizable. This explains why no one ever returned. Those who left this room were completely transformed. Even their close friends and family couldn't recognize them. This is pure madness. I'm really nervous too. You never know what's waiting around the next corner, but I think this ramp might be our way out of this level.
Hold on, Labrador. We're taking off. Oh no, what is this darkness?
Hooray! We made it through this level. Thanks for being with us. Stay tuned. There's a lot more exciting stuff ahead. Until next time.
Goodbye, and remember, always hold on tight on those roller coasters of horror.
Hi guys, today we entered the Roblox mode, Escape from the Inside Out 2 characters prison. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so you don't miss our adventures.
Hey, Labrador, have you seen the new Inside Out 2? This mode is straight from the movie. We have to escape from the prison guarded by characters from the film.
Yes, Dobie, I have, and you know what's the coolest part? We're right inside Riley's head. But something's wrong. All the emotions are furious and trying to stop us.
Ha! Look, there's Joy standing with the guards. Who is she gonna make happy if we're locked up here? By the way, we need to get through the maze of her memories to escape.
The memory maze isn't as joyful as it sounds. Look, Dobie, Sadness is doing something over there. She blocked our path.
Ha! Now we're stuck in a sad corridor. What do you think, Labrador? If we act sad, will she let us through?
Yeah, or maybe we need to cheer her up. Let's try a joke. Why can't Sadness find happiness? Because she lost it.
Oh, looks like she found it funny. The path is clear. Onward to anger.
Oh no, Anger's on guard. He looks ready to blow everything up. Okay, Dobie, let's think of a way to get past him.
Maybe we can distract him with something? Look, there's a button. If we press it, the fire alarm will go off.
Great idea. Press the button, and I'll figure out how we can get to the exit.
It worked. He ran off to put out the imaginary fire. We have time. Quickly, to the stairs.
The stairs lead right to Disgust. He's always unhappy about something. Maybe we can sneak past while he's not looking.
Ha! There's Disgust. Hey, Labrador, why does he always look like his shoe is too tight?
Dobie, stop joking. Let's run. We're almost at the exit. Look, all the characters from the movie are here. There's Joy, Sadness, Anger, Disgust, and Fear.
Joy is always cheerful and positive, but not today, apparently. She's guarding the main corridor. Looks like she won't let us pass. Let's try to make her laugh. Why does Joy always smile? Because her smile is contagious.
Ha, she didn't even notice. Oh well, let's move on. Oh look, there's Sadness. She's always so gloomy. Maybe she needs a good hug.
Maybe. Sadness looks like my dog at home when I go to work. Always sad and pining.
Ha, your dog would be Sadness's best friend. Okay, let's keep going. Here's Anger. He's red as a tomato and looks ready to explode.
Yeah, better not mess with him. He reminds me of my football coach when I forgot my gear for practice.
Yep, exactly. Hey, look, there's Disgust. She's always so squeamish about everything. I'm sure there are sticky obstacles in her area.
Yeah, her expression says it all. Reminds me of when I first tried broccoli.
Haha, Broccoli, the enemy of all kids. And finally, Fear. He's always so scared. We need to sneak past him carefully so we don't scare him even more.
Labrador, have you noticed that Fear's eyes are wider than an owl's? He'd be perfect for night shifts at a warehouse.
Oh, totally. Okay, let's move on. Oh no, there's a maze of memories. Dobie, be careful. It's easy to get lost here.
Ha! The maze reminds me of my thoughts in the morning. Confused and nonsensical. Let's stick together.
A great idea. We're almost at the exit. But wait, there's one more obstacle. Ahead are Joy, Sadness, Anger, Disgust, and Fear all together.
We'll have to combine our efforts. Hey, Joy, here's a joke for you. Why does Joy always smile? Because she knows everything will be okay in the end.
Great joke, Dobie. Now for Sadness. What does Sadness do when she's bored? She writes sad poems.
Anger. Why is Anger always mad? Because he doesn't have time to relax.
Disgust. Why is Disgust always squeamish? Because she sees the world through green glasses.
And finally, Fear. Why is Fear always scared? Because he knows there might be something scary around the corner.
Dobie, have you ever noticed that sometimes we get unexpected ideas and solutions? As if someone else is guiding our actions.
Oh, yes, Labrador. I once felt unusually confident when I caught that clever thief on the corner of Baker Street. It was strange, like I knew exactly what to do at every moment.
Exactly. I think it's not just a coincidence. Remember when we watched Inside Out 2 and saw how joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust controlled Riley's emotions? I have a feeling something similar is happening to us.
That sounds incredible, but I can't deny that something strange is happening. How can we test this?
Well, let's try to recall some cases where our emotions played a key role. Remember when we saved that family from the burning house? I felt incredible courage and calmness then.
Yes, and I remember suddenly feeling immense compassion and determination at that moment. Maybe it was the work of sadness and joy?
Exactly. And what about the time when we exposed that crime syndicate? I was so focused and determined, that was definitely anger's influence.
And when we were on a mission in the forest and encountered a dangerous bear, I suddenly felt fear. But that fear helped me act cautiously and quickly.
It seems like our emotions really did help us in various situations. This is incredible.
But why is this happening? Why are the characters from Inside Out 2 controlling our emotions?
Maybe it's some unusual force, or just our imagination helping us better understand ourselves and our actions. But either way, it makes our job even more exciting and effective.
You're right, Labrador. I think with such an emotional helper in our heads, we can handle any criminals and save even more people.
Yep, and maybe we can learn to better control our emotions and use them to our advantage. Thank you, joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust.
Yes, thank you for your help and support. Together, we'll make our city even safer and better.
Dobie, remember that day when we worked as lifeguards on the beach? It was an ordinary summer day full of laughter and joy. But then everything changed.
Of course, Labrador. I remember noticing that big ship dock not far from the beach. At first, it didn't attract much attention, but then strange things started happening.
Exactly. It all began when a few kids came to us complaining that they felt sick after eating ice cream from that ship. At first, we thought it was just a coincidence or that the kids had overeaten.
But then it became clear that it wasn't just a coincidence. The number of affected people increased, and they all talked about the same ice cream. We needed to act quickly.
We decided to go to that ship and find out what was going on. As we approached the vessel, we noticed that they were actively selling ice cream. The line was huge.
When we boarded, we started asking the vendors questions. At first, they seemed friendly, but then they began to get nervous. I noticed they were hiding some boxes in the hold.
We asked to see those boxes, and it turned out they contained suspicious substances. We called the police and health services to check everything out.
It turned out that the ice cream was indeed contaminated. The vendors were arrested, and the affected people received the necessary help. Thanks to our quick reaction, we were able to prevent serious consequences.
I'm proud of how we handled that situation. We were able to save many people and prevent the spread of a dangerous product. It was a great example of how important it is to be vigilant and ready for any surprises.
Yes, Labrador, that day showed how crucial our work is and how important it is to pay attention to everything happening around us. Thanks to our resourcefulness and determination, we were able to prevent a tragedy.
Dobie, remember the day we had to fight a robot on a skyscraper? It was a real nightmare. I still can't believe that robot was shooting food.
Of course, Labrador, it was madness. As soon as we arrived, we saw the upper floors of the skyscraper covered in smoke and people screaming. And what kind of idea was it for the villain to use a robot that shoots food?
We quickly went up to the roof using the service elevator. When the doors opened, we saw a huge robot shooting burgers, pizzas, and other dishes directly at people. It was controlled by a villain in a black suit holding a remote control.
We had to act fast. People were panicking, and we had to protect them. I remember you said, Dobie, distract the robot, and I'll try to get to the villain.
You did a great job distracting Dobie. Your agile jumps and dodging flying food were impressive. I managed to get close enough to the villain and snatch the remote control from him.
But then the robot started acting on its own, and we had to come up with another plan. You suggested using the food against it. We began throwing back the same food it was shooting at us, right into its mechanisms.
It worked! The robot's mechanism started jamming and it slowed down. We took advantage of the moment and completely shut it down. It was incredible how we managed to handle such a threat.
After that, we arrested the villain and sent him to jail. It turned out he was a genius but insane scientist who wanted to create chaos in the city with his strange machine.
This case showed us that we should never underestimate our enemies and always be ready for the most unexpected challenges. We've proven once again that together we can handle any threat.
Yes, Labrador, it was indeed a crazy day, but we managed. Our city can sleep peacefully, knowing that we are always on guard and ready to protect it from any dangers, whether it's a food-shooting robot or something else.
Here we are at the final stage, Dobie. Just one last parkour challenge and we'll finally escape this prison of emotions. Are you ready?
Ready as ever. I see joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and even fear have all set up their final act. I hope we don't have to dance with joy on a flaming track.
Thanks, Dobie. And now we're flying out on the helicopter. It's time to prepare for the next adventure. Who knows what awaits us there?
Yes, the next adventures will be even more exciting, hopefully with less emotional trials. See you in the next game mode.
Hello, friends. It's Sheriff Labrador and my faithful partner, Sheriff Dobie here.
Yes, guys. Hello, everyone. Today, we have something special for you. We are diving into the world of Roblox and playing the Escape Funnies Toy Shop mode.
In this mode, our main task is to escape from the creepy toy shop. But it's not as easy as it seems.
We will have to hide and run away from a scary toy that wants to take us into its toy world.
Friends, hold on tight because it's going to be fun and scary at the same time.
In this mode, we face 6 challenging trials, each testing our skills to the limit. And perhaps at the end, we'll have to fight the toy boss.
Sounds scary and exciting, but we'll manage because we're a team.
We've just turned on the electricity to get some light, and now we're heading down the creepy tunnel to find a way out of here.
Whew, this tunnel looks really spooky. I hope we don't encounter too many traps.
The main thing is to be careful and stick together. Friends, keep your fingers crossed for us because a real challenge awaits us ahead.
What are these footprints? Some kind of monster sneaked into the ventilation and left its tracks here. Maybe we can get in there and find a way out right away. But it looks like we can't. The ventilation is closed, so we'll have to go through this creepy tunnel with broken pipes. Dobie, are you afraid to jump through this hot air?
No, I wasn't afraid. Do you think I'm a coward? We've already been through many scary modes together. I'm almost used to them. By the way, it's better not to look down right now. Wait, do you hear that? Or is it just me?
Dobie, I didn't hear anyone. We're facing a real challenge, a scary labyrinth. Guys, this labyrinth isn't just difficult, it's full of dangers. A giant scary toy will be chasing us. If we don't find the exit in time, it will turn us into one of its toys.
This challenge will make us use all our wits and speed. The labyrinth is huge, and we must be very careful to find the exit as quickly as possible. But don't worry, Labrador and I will guide you.
And remember, friends, this is just the first challenge in this mode. Many more difficulties and puzzles await us ahead. We must be ready for anything and never give up.
Hey, Labrador, this parkour is really tough. It seems like we're tackling the hardest challenges of this mode.
Indeed, Dobie, but this is just the beginning. We have a lot ahead of us. By the way, do you remember what our friends mentioned about the next challenge?
Oh, yes, they mentioned something about red and green colors. They said it's one of the most interesting challenges here. We need to be prepared for anything.
I remember they said these colors are somehow related to choosing paths or solving puzzles. We'll have to be alert and use our wits.
Exactly, Labrador. Let's leave the parkour behind and get ready for the next challenge. Remember, teamwork and attentiveness are our best allies here.
Absolutely, Dobie. Let's move forward. New challenges await us, and we have to prove that sheriffs aren't easy to break.
Green color, run, Labrador! Oh, wait, red color, stop and don't move.
Green light, run, Dobie, run! You've got just a little left. You can make it. Oh no, stop! Red light, no way out. Or as the saying goes,
Labrador, I almost lost because of you. Is there something wrong with your reaction time? The green light was on, but you only mentioned red or stop. Don't you know the difference between green and red? Ha ha.
Sorry, Dobie, I got a bit confused. I'll pay closer attention to signals next time. Don't worry, I'll react faster in the next challenge.
We breezed through the second trial from this strange living toy, and now we just need to climb up and start the third trial. Honestly, I thought it would be easier. This is the toughest challenge for us.
You're right. I hope you guys subscribe to our channel and give us likes for our efforts. These are indeed very tough trials. But the third trial will be even 100 times harder. I doubt my friend told me.
Hey, Labrador, look what's on the horizon for us. Our task is to climb up this tower made of toy blocks before that Titan robot toy catches us and crushes us.
Yes, Dobie, it looks really dangerous. We need to devise a tactic to hold out for these 40 seconds until the robot breaks down. Let's first explore the surroundings. Maybe we'll find something useful.
Okay, Labrador, let's consider our options. These columns of blocks could be our cover. We can run between them to avoid the robot's grasp.
Great idea, Dobie. We can also use these toy blocks to slow down its movement. Toss them under its feet to create inconvenience and buy us valuable seconds.
Right, Labrador. And let's not forget about our teamwork. Let's coordinate. One of us distracts the robot while the other navigates along the edge of the tower. This way, we can divide its attention and gain more time.
Exactly, Dobie. Let's go into action. Let's show this robot who the real sheriffs are around here. Stick to the plan and we'll definitely succeed.
Only 6 seconds left. I'm sure we can survive this. If not, Labrador, you've been the best friend I've had. Hooray! We managed to outsmart the Titan robot. Honestly, it was quite dumb. Just a clumsy piece of metal crushing everything in its path.
I think we shouldn't have opened this door. It's really creepy here. This looks like the location where we need to find the exit and escape from the main character of this mode. Well, wish us luck, subscribers.
Hey, Labrador, look who's chasing us now. It's a living toy, and it's tearing after us through this abandoned toy warehouse. We need to keep moving and not let it catch up to us, or we could be its next victim.
Whoa, Dobie, this looks really terrifying. Let's use our knowledge and experience to get out of this situation. We have to find a way to evade it.
I see a car ahead. Could it be the way out to freedom? No, it doesn't look like it. There's lava below. Where did lava come from in a toy store? Some monster must have created this.
While we're driving, I wanted to tell you something. Yesterday, we received a call from the owner of the toy store. He informed us that toys had been disappearing and all the surveillance cameras were turned off. This prompted Dobie and me to rush to the scene.
Yes, Labrador is right. When we arrived, the store seemed empty and abandoned, with scattered toys and plush animals everywhere.
We began our investigation and discovered Mr. and Mrs. Squirrel hiding in the far corner of the store. It turned out they were taking the toys, thinking they were for their children.
When we asked them why they didn't use the surveillance cameras, they said they didn't know how to turn them on and were just trying to do something nice for their kids.
In the end, we clarified the situation and offered them to visit the store during business hours to purchase toys. They apologized for the trouble and promised not to take anything without permission again.
So, friends, sometimes mysterious disappearances aren't caused by dark forces. Sometimes it's just parents trying to make their children's lives brighter.
It seems like we've been through a lot, but now we're facing the fourth trial, which is proving to be a real challenge.
Yes, Labrador, this trial feels like games such as Mario. We need to run and jump, avoiding traps, and collecting everything that can help us stop the huge head of this living toy that's trying to catch and eat us.
Ahead of us are platforms, traps, and obstacles, but we won't give up. Let's use our agility and quick reflexes to overcome this level.
Labrador, watch carefully. There are traps on the ground. Either avoid them or collect them so we can use them against the head of the living toy.
Recently, we had a situation that unfolded during an evening excursion in another country with my faithful partner, Sheriff Dobie. We decided to take local school children on a tour, sharing our adventures and the responsibilities of sheriffs, aiming to inspire them and demonstrate the importance of attentiveness and responsibility. The walk led us to an abandoned house where the children marveled at the ancient walls and tangled vines. Our tales came to life in the cozy shadow under a starry sky, when suddenly I noticed that one of the students, little Sammy, had gone missing. With a sinking heart, we began searching, scouring every corner of the abandoned house. My heart raced as we heard rustling from above. In the attic, among old rusty beams, we found Sammy sitting on the edge, waving his arms as if hoping to take flight like a superhero. Sammy, scared and subdued, sat quietly on the roof as we approached him. We took his hands and carefully guided him down, soothing his frazzled nerves. Returning to the group, we hugged each student, feeling exhausted yet grateful. This incident reminded us of the importance of our work and how our stories can inspire and educate the next generation.
I remember how it was. I was really nervous. By the way, did we complete the last level or not? I wonder what awaits us next. I hope we won't have to fight the final boss. I'm actually a bit scared of that.
This toy train seems very suspicious. I don't think the exit is here, but we have no other options. Get comfortable, Dobie. We're in for a long ride.
Let's go, Sheriff Labrador. I hope we won't encounter any screamers along the way, and everything will be quiet.
Oh no, it was a trap. What do? We're falling straight down. We're going to crash.
Sheriff Labrador, are you here? I see the final game.
Yes, I'm here. This location seems to be the final one. Oh wait, it's that living toy in a robot suit. How do we defeat it? Guys, we've encountered the main boss. A living toy robot threatening us with its lasers and enormous metal structure.
Yes, Labrador, this robot means business. It's shooting from all its weapons and trying to crush us with its huge feet.
But we won't give up. To defeat this boss, we need to target its weak spot, the legs. We have rocket launchers and we need to hit it directly in the legs.
Let's act quickly and in sync. Labrador, you take the rocket launcher on the right, I'll take the one on the left. Let's focus fire on its legs while we have the chance.
Notice how it's opening the vents on its legs? Now's our chance to attack. Fire the rockets.
Great shot, Labrador. We've wounded its leg. Just a bit more, and we'll do it.
The boss is getting more aggressive. Watch out. Dodge the lasers and keep attacking its legs.
Another rocket hit the mark. The leg is starting to smoke. We're almost there.
We're almost there, and we'll defeat this evil robot. Hooray! We've managed to destroy it. It wasn't for nothing that they called me Diamond Eye at the Sheriff Academy. I truly am a sharpshooter. Now, we just need to find a way out of here.
Guys, you're all simply the best. You helped us defeat that toy robot. I hope we really won, and it's not another trap.
Yes, my friend. We actually managed to beat this super challenging level. Thanks everyone for watching. Goodbye for now. Dobie, look at this. A new mode in Roblox. Stepfather's house. Judging by the description, it's a real horror. You'll definitely like it.
Sounds creepy. Let's give it a try, Sheriff. What do we have to lose?
Hello, subscribers. We have arrived at our stepfather's creepy house. I hope this horror game is really scary. I love scary quests. As I read, only 5% of people have completed this mode. It's very creepy.
Yes, guys. Hello, everyone. Labrador, I'm feeling uneasy. Maybe we should try another mode? My friend said they couldn't sleep at night because they played this mode.
Are you ready for a real survival challenge? Let's dive into this atmosphere of horror and adrenaline together.
We just entered this gloomy house, and I already feel chills running down my spine. The house looks very realistic and scary, with dark corners and strange sounds coming from everywhere. Our task will be to survive here, despite all the dangers that might be lurking around.
So, the main idea of the mode is this. We are in our stepfather's house, who is still behaving normally for now. However, soon a mysterious hypnotist arrives, who turns our stepfather into a real monster. Our goal is to survive, avoiding him and finding food and water to keep our strength up.
When the hypnotist appears, the most terrifying part begins. Our stepfather changes right before our eyes. His face becomes rigid, and his eyes are filled with rage. From this moment on, the house turns into a real battlefield for survival. We must move quietly and cautiously to avoid attracting his attention.
The house has numerous rooms, each of which can conceal both dangers and life-saving resources. In the kitchen, we can find food. In the pantry, water. But all this needs to be obtained quietly because every step we take can attract the attention of our stepfather. Our actions must be carefully planned out.
We found several strategies that have helped us survive. For example, hiding in closets or under beds when we hear our stepfather's footsteps. We also try to take food and water in small portions to avoid leaving traces. Our main goal is not to be caught and to hold out for as long as possible.
The most interesting thing about this mode is the constant tension. You never know when the stepfather will appear around the corner or when your food supply will run out. Dobie and I have learned to work as a team to cope with these challenges. One of us keeps watch while the other gathers resources. This way, we've managed to survive longer.
Moreover, the house is full of mysteries and hidden places. We've discovered secret passages and hideouts that have helped us avoid dangers. This makes the game even more engaging and immersive. Every time we open a new room, there's something new waiting for us.
Dobie, I understand you're not afraid anymore, right? You always go first, and my character is already very tired. It seems like we need to turn off all the lights in the house so he'll think we've gone to bed. But we're not going to sleep, are we, Dobie? We're not little anymore.
Okay, let's go watch the news on TV. That person who came to our father looked very scary. I hope he's just a regular passerby and not a hypnotist.
Do you see? This is an urgent message from the FBI. They want to tell us something. Oh no, not this. It's a message about that hypnotist. Dobie, stop. Don't go there.
We need to help him. I'll go and help our father. After all, we must save him. We're like sheriffs.
Dobie, stop! I said. It's written here that he can't be saved anymore. Everyone who looks into his eyes gets hypnotized. There's no way to help him now. But we can save him by living in his house and guarding him. After all, we're sheriff brothers. I believe in us and that we can save him and stop the evil hypnotist.
It's awful. Has our father turned evil because of the hypnosis?
Yes, it seems so. And the scariest part is, they warned that our father's house has become a dangerous place. We need to be careful if we decide to go there.
You're right. We have to do something. Our father is in danger.
You're right, Dobie. We can't just sit back and do nothing, but we have to be extremely cautious. It seems that to survive in this house, we'll need to be very quiet. Father has become sensitive to noise. We must walk quietly, eat and drink water quietly, even fix the generator quietly to have light and electricity. Alarm, 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 Dobie. He's coming to us. Quickly lie down and close the door. If Father comes and sees that we're not asleep, he might kill us.
Quiet, 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 Labrador. He might hear us. Or is he deaf? Hey, can you hear me? He seems to be deaf and doesn't hear voices. We're very lucky. I hope he won't come to us a second time. I remembered another similar situation. Labrador, you'll remember it too. It was a dark night when Labrador and I heard strange sounds coming from the hospital on the outskirts of town. We decided to investigate and headed there to find out what was going on.
Approaching the hospital, we noticed that all the windows were covered with thick fabric and the doors seemed to be locked. But we managed to find a way inside through the back door, which was open.
As we cautiously made our way through the hospital corridors, our noses began to tell us that something was amiss. Suddenly, out of the darkness, a huge skunk in a bandit mask leaped at us. It made us wonder, why was he here?
The skunk turned out to be a nasty bandit who wanted to force everyone out of the hospital. He stunk it up with his terrible odor. But we weren't about to leave. Instead, we decided to confront this villain.
We had to use all of our skills and cunning to stand up to this villain. We fought him despite his foul attacks, and eventually managed to force him to leave the hospital.
The skunk was caught, and the hospital was saved from his evil plans. Dobie and I realized that even in the darkness of night, justice always prevails when there are true sheriffs ready to defend their town. Dobie, remember that tough battle with the hypnotist snake? Those memories will always live in our hearts.
Of course, Labrador, it was a tough fight. The hypnotist snake was a true master of hypnosis. She robbed banks, created chaos, and terrorized our town, and we fought her quite unsuccessfully.
I remember standing against her, our eyes burning with determination, but her power was too great. She ensnared us with her hypnotic loops, and we felt our thoughts slipping away from our control.
We tried to resist her, Labrador, believe me, but when you see your friends and neighbors under her influence, your strength wanes. You don't know what to do.
You speak truly, Dobie. We felt our struggle was hopeless, but we didn't give up. We gathered all our strength, skills, and wisdom to find a way to defeat this villain.
And though that time we couldn't overcome the hypnotist snake, we didn't abandon our mission. We continued to train, hone our skills, and prepare ourselves for the next encounter. We know that one day we will defeat her and restore peace to our town.
But we didn't give up, Dobie. We knew our town needed us. And one fine day, we devised a plan to catch that snake.
Yes, Labrador. We created a trap that would attract her attention. We placed a fake safe filled with aromatic bones right in the town square and waited.
It didn't take a day for the hypnotist snake to spot our trap and succumb to temptation. She approached the safe, and at that moment, we closed her inside.
We were sure victory was ours, Labrador, but she demonstrated her cunning and strength once again, trying to escape. However, thanks to our teamwork and careful planning, we were able to finally capture her.
And so, at last, the hypnotist snake was caught and brought to justice. We restored peace and tranquility to our town, and all the residents were grateful to us. It was a tough but crucial moment in our history. I remembered a moment in the life of Sheriff Labrador. It was an ordinary day when suddenly a call came in. The voice on the other end of the line conveyed information that one of the patients from the psychiatric clinic had escaped. Sensing the tension instantly, I called my faithful partner, Dobie, and we headed to the clinic. Upon arrival, we were greeted by hustle and bustle. After receiving additional information about the escapee, we began the hunt. Driving through the streets of the town, we searched every corner, hoping to find some trace that would lead us to him. Soon, we received information that someone had seen the patient near the forested area. We immediately headed in that direction. Upon arrival, we began searching the surroundings, following faint hints of his presence. Feeling the tension and adrenaline, we made our way through dense bushes and trees, trying to find the patient. And then, after a few minutes, we found him sitting on the ground, clenching his fists and breathing heavily.
We approached slowly, maintaining calmness and confidence. I spoke to him in a soft voice, trying to calm him down and convince him to return to the clinic. My speech was filled with compassion and understanding, and I did everything possible to make the patient feel safe. With Sheriff Labrador help, we persuaded him to return, promising that he would receive the necessary help and care. We escorted him back to the clinic where he was received by medical professionals.
Dobie, I think it's time we check the cameras again. Remember, our goal is to find Father and avoid falling under his influence.
Understood, Labrador. I'm already checking the cameras on the second floor. I don't see anything yet. But it's so strange. How could Father fall under the hypnotist's influence?
It's indeed a mystery, Dobie. But right now, our task is to survive and prevent him from finding us. He's likely to head to the kitchen soon.
We need to be ready for that. We have food and water supplies in the hideout, but I'm afraid they're running low.
Don't worry, Dobie, we'll manage. We can survive on these supplies for some time yet. The main thing is not to panic.
Understood, Labrador. I still can't believe how we ended up in this situation. But you're right. Panicking will only hinder us.
Oh no! He's running towards us. And I forgot to drink water and have a snack. Looks like we're done for, Dobie. Thanks everyone for watching this stream.
I've already lost. I'll try again next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Today we have Sheriff Labrador with you and
Sheriff Dobie. Hi there. We have a special story for you today. We decided to play the Escape from the New Prison mode in Roblox. And we have something interesting for you.
yes, this mode turned out to be really exciting. Imagine, we were framed by our own chief sheriff. He turned out to be a villain and sent us to prison to cover up his crimes. Now we must escape and restore justice.
The Escape from the New Prison mode is very interesting. There are many puzzles, traps, and guards to avoid. We need to show ingenuity, agility, and teamwork to get out of this tangled place.
We started off by finding ourselves in a prison cell. At first, it seemed impossible to escape, but then we noticed that one of the walls looked suspicious. We found a hidden passage behind it.
Yes, that passage led us to the first series of puzzles. We had to activate several levers in the correct sequence to open the door. Labrador and I worked together really well and quickly solved this task.
After that, we faced traps. The floor was covered with lasers, and we had to carefully navigate around them to avoid getting caught. It was scary, but at the same time, very fun.
There were also guards. They patrolled the corridors, and we had to hide and wait for the right moment to sneak past them. A few times we almost got caught, but we managed to get through.
At one point, we stumbled upon a workshop. There, we found tools that helped us unlock a locked door. It felt like real detective work.
The most challenging part was the final stage. We needed to disable the security system to open the main gates. It was a real race against time, but we succeeded.
When we finally broke free, we realized that our mission wasn't over. We need to expose our evil boss and restore our good name. That will be our next task.
This mode really tested us, but we succeeded thanks to our teamwork and ingenuity. Guys, if you like adventure and want to challenge yourselves, be sure to try Escape from the New Prison in Roblox.
Guys, don't forget to like and comment. If you do, you'll find a new toy behind your pillow. We have an incredible story to share with you.
It was something unimaginable. It turns out it was opposite day. All the villains became police officers and the police officers became villains. We almost ended up in jail ourselves.
Yes, when we arrived at the station in the morning, former criminals in police uniforms were waiting for us. They immediately arrested us and threw us in the cells.
And here's the most interesting part. We managed to escape thanks to our loyal subscriber who happened to be nearby. He saw us being arrested and decided to help.
We hid in the basement of an old warehouse and started planning our rescue. First, we realized we needed to save all our subscribers who were also unlawfully detained.
We knew we couldn't do it alone, so we used our old contacts. It turned out some former villains weren't happy with their new status and were willing to help us.
We came up with a plan. First, we needed to break into the prison and free the subscribers. Our old acquaintances helped by creating a distraction on the other side of the city.
While the villainous police were busy, we snuck into the prison through a service entrance. We knew we had little time, so we acted quickly. We found the cells where our subscribers were held and started freeing them.
But it wasn't easy. Some of the subscribers were scared and didn't understand what was happening. We had to calm them down and explain it was all because of Opposite Day.
Fortunately, everything went smoothly. We led all the subscribers through a hidden tunnel we found by accident. It led to an old park where our allies were waiting.
Once everyone was safe, we started thinking about how to set things right. We contacted Professor Murphy, who had long been studying the phenomenon of Opposite Day. He said we needed to find and destroy the device causing this effect.
We discovered the device was in the city's central tower, now guarded by the villainous police. But we had no choice. We devised a plan and headed there.
We had to use all our wits and skills to get inside the tower. We disabled the security systems and climbed to the top where we found the device.
Breaking it wasn't easy, but with the help of our subscribers following our instructions, we managed to do it. As soon as the device was destroyed, everything returned to normal.
The villains became villains again, and the police officers became police officers. We returned to normal life and restored order in the city.
It was an incredible day, but we succeeded thanks to our team and loyal subscribers. Thank you all for your help and support.
We will tell you an incredible story about how Sheriff Dobie and I built 3 unique prisons. This was our most extensive and ambitious task to date. Let me start from the beginning.
It all started when we received a task from the City Council. We were commissioned to design and build 3 experimental prisons, each unique in its own way. The first prison was to be made entirely of sweets, the second from old items, and the third from soft materials. We were thrilled by this task and got to work immediately.
We decided to start with the candy prison. Imagine walls made of caramel, doors of chocolate, and windows of candy. We found the best confectioners in town and invited them to collaborate. The work was in full swing. Confectioners sculpted giant candies, cooked tons of chocolate, and created incredible sugar structures.
But as soon as we finished construction, we faced another problem. The candy prison attracted a huge number of ants, wasps, and even bears. We realized we needed a solution quickly. We had to equip the prison with special insect traps and install protective barriers.
Nonetheless, the prison was operational. We conducted experiments to understand how this unusual environment affected the inmates. It turned out many criminals became kinder and calmer, surrounded by sweets. Overall, our experiment was a success, and we moved on to the next prison.
Next up was the prison made from old items. We started collecting antique things, furniture, dishes, carpets, books, and even vintage lamps. All this old stuff created an amazing atmosphere. We invited restorers to help us preserve the uniqueness of each item.
The inmates in this prison constantly felt like they were in a museum. Each cell was furnished with antiques, and many criminals began to take an interest in history, read books, and spend time studying old items. It turned out this environment helped them rethink their actions and consider their future.
Finally, we began building the third prison, made entirely of soft materials. Imagine walls made of pillows, floors covered with soft carpets, and beds draped with plush blankets. We turned to textile craftsmen who created a true soft fairy tale for us.
In this prison, the inmates felt as comfortable as possible. The soft walls and floors reduced stress levels, and many criminals became more calm and balanced. This coziness helped them realize their mistakes and strive for improvement.
We conducted various experiments in each of the prisons, studying how the environment affected the inmates' behavior. In the candy prison, criminals became kinder and less aggressive. In the old items prison, they developed an interest in history and rethought their lives.
Our experiments showed that the environment plays a huge role in rehabilitating criminals. The City Council was impressed with the results, and we received support to continue our research.
So friends, that's our story of 3 unusual prisons. We hope our experiments will help make the world a little better. Now you know a little secret. Be sure to like and leave a comment for this.
This is a story about how one Halloween turned out to be much more memorable for Sheriff Dobie and me than we expected. Let me start from the beginning.
So, that year, Halloween promised to be ordinary. We decided to go door to door collecting candy and enjoying the festive atmosphere. We were in costumes. I was dressed as a superhero, and Labrador was an astronaut.
The evening was going great. We collected lots of candy, but soon we noticed that most of them weren't to our liking. Some were too old, and others just didn't taste good. We decided to throw away those candies, not knowing what would happen next.
As soon as we started discarding the candy, a strange monster suddenly appeared. He was huge, with green skin and eyes that glowed in the dark. The monster declared that he was the guardian of Halloween and punished those who didn't appreciate the candy.
The monster said we had offended the spirit of the holiday and now had to make amends. He gave us a task, to collect 10,000 pieces of candy by midnight, or else we would face a terrible punishment.
We were in a panic. There was little time, and we needed to collect a huge amount of candy. We decided to ask our friends and neighbors for help. We explained the situation, and many agreed to assist.
We went around the entire town, knocking on every door and explaining our problem. People were surprised, but seeing our desperation, they shared their candy. We gathered them in large bags and continued our search.
Time was ticking away mercilessly. We ran from house to house, trying to make it in time. At one point, when we almost lost hope, the kids from the local club decided to share their candy with us.
We collected all the candy we could find, and finally, by midnight, we had exactly 10,000 pieces. We met the monster, who inspected our haul. He was impressed with our effort and declared that we had passed the test.
The monster thanked us for respecting the spirit of Halloween and disappeared as suddenly as he had appeared. We were exhausted but satisfied that we had avoided punishment and helped our friends.
We'll remember this Halloween for a long time. It taught us to appreciate every little thing and respect traditions. Thanks to everyone who helped us with this task. Until next time, friends.
See you soon, and remember, respect the candy on Halloween, or the guardian of Halloween might come for you.
Hi guys, today Dobie and I have entered the Roblox mode, Escape from Babysitter Betty's Nursery. Don't forget to like and comment.
Hi. So Labrador, we're in the nursery, and it's pretty boring here. Looks like Betty is on the phone. A perfect moment to escape.
Yeah, Betty isn't usually very attentive, but if she gets angry, she becomes a real monster. We need to act quickly and carefully. Hey, do you remember that there's also the janitor Ben?
Of course, Ben is always running around the corridors with his huge mop. He probably dreams of catching us and sending us back to the nursery.
All right, let's start. Look, we need to crawl through this hole in the wall. Hey, Dobie, don't get stuck there.
Aha! I almost thought I was stuck, but no, I made it through. Wow, look, there's a whole maze of toys here. Is that a giant teddy bear?
Yeah, exactly. Let's pass by it and carefully go down this slide. I hope it's not too slippery. Oh, I almost fell.
Ha! Watch your step, Labrador. Hey, what do you think if Betty were a superhero? What would her superpower be?
I think she could teleport so she could instantly appear next to us and send us back to the nursery. What do you think?
I think her superpower would be sleepy dust. She would put all the kids to sleep instantly so they wouldn't escape. Oh, look, there's Ben with his mop.
Quick, hide behind this bed. Oh, Ben, you have no idea how close we are to you. Ha!
Whew, that was close. Now let's go through this pillow tunnel. By the way, what if Ben were the main character in a horror movie?
That would be something. The movie would be called Killer Mop Ben Returns. Ha! All right, just a bit more. Let's get to the exit quickly.
I see the door. We just need to get past this builder block and we're free. Hey, look, Betty is back. I hope she didn't see us.
All right, Dobie. Our task is to build a tower out of blocks to climb over this playpen fence. Look, I've already started. Hand me a couple more blocks.
Got it, Labrador. Here are some more blocks. By the way, do you remember how we used to escape from our babysitter when we were kids? She always made us take naps, but we just wanted to play.
Oh, of course I remember. We used pillows as steps to climb out the window. Good times. But now we've got a similar challenge. Almost done. Climb up.
Climbing up. I hope these blocks hold. Whoa, they're wobbling. Hold on tight, Labrador. Who made it? Now we need to build a block tower to reach the ventilation. This pile will do.
Look, there's the ventilation. I'm sure Ben is there. He's always on guard. Ha! He's like our watchdog, but with a mop. Let's get to work. Blocks in place.
Oh, Ben in the ventilation is just hilarious. I remember once he chased us with his mop when we tried to steal some cookies. He should be reminded of that. All right, climbing up.
I'm right behind you. Hey, look, there's Ben. He spotted us. Dobie, do you have a plan?
Of course, let's remember our childhood tricks. Remember how we set up obstacles? We'll do the same now. Let's throw blocks at him and make a run for it.
Great idea. Take this, Ben. Here's a block. Faster, Dobie. There's the ventilation door. Push it.
Hooray, we did it! Whew, we're out. Labrador, as always, you're the best. Remember how we used to escape as kids?
Of course I remember. That time when you put a pillow under the door to keep it from creaking, and then we quietly slipped out into the garden. Ha ha!
And the babysitter was looking for us all over the house while we hid in the bushes eating raspberries. That was so much fun.
When Dobie and I were little, our parents decided to have an evening without kids and hired a babysitter to look after us. We got the address and went there ourselves since our street was safe and our parents thought we could handle it. Unfortunately, we got the address wrong.
Yes, Labrador, I remember how it was. We approached the house that we thought was the right one. The door opened and a tall man in a white apron with a butcher knife in his hand stood before us. We were a bit confused but decided he must be our babysitter since the address matched.
We entered the house and immediately felt uneasy. The kitchen had large knives hanging everywhere and there were chunks of meat all around. We noticed a refrigerator that looked suspicious. When he opened it to grab something, we saw jars with what looked like eyes.
I remember how scared I was. Labrador and I started whispering, thinking this guy was a real murderer. He kept playing with the knife and gave us strange looks. We couldn't believe our parents sent us to such a person.
We decided we had to get out of there somehow. But when we tried to leave, he suddenly asked us what we were doing. I almost screamed in fear, but then I pulled myself together and said we wanted to take a little walk.
To our surprise, he let us go. We left the house and ran as fast as we could. We decided to go back home and tell our parents what happened. When we finally got home, Mom and Dad looked worried.
They immediately knew something was wrong. We explained what happened and they realized they had given us the wrong address. The real babysitter was waiting for us at a house on another street.
Dad decided to go back to that house and figure out what was going on. When he returned, he was laughing. It turned out that the man was a local chef preparing for a big banquet. Those eyes in the refrigerator were just pickled olives and cherries.
We laughed about it for a long time, but that incident taught us to be more careful. Ever since then, every time we see a chef with a knife, we remember that day and laugh.
It was one of those childhood adventures that stayed with us for life. Sometimes scary things turn out to be completely harmless. The main thing is not to lose your head and stay brave. Guys, don't forget to like and comment.
Dobie and I were at our station when we received an urgent call. All the babysitters in the world had suddenly started a revolt and taken over one of the daycares in our town. We quickly geared up and headed to the scene. It was hard to believe what could have caused such chaos.
When we arrived, we were met with a strange sight. Babysitters, usually so calm and caring, now looked like an army ready for battle. They had barricaded the entrance to the daycare and were shouting slogans. Some were holding toys like weapons, while others waved around diapers.
We approached cautiously, trying not to provoke more aggression. I attempted to start a conversation with the head babysitter, who seemed to be leading the revolt. She was elderly and stern, but determination shone in her eyes.
She responded that the babysitters were demanding better working conditions and higher wages. They felt undervalued and overworked. This was a full-blown babysitter revolution.
We realized the situation was serious and a peaceful solution was necessary. We suggested forming a committee to address the babysitters' issues and promised to relay their demands to the city authorities. But to do this, they needed to end the revolt and vacate the daycare.
The head babysitter thought it over and agreed. She believed we genuinely wanted to help. We arranged a meeting with the mayor and representatives from the education department to discuss the babysitters' demands.
At the meeting, the babysitters were able to voice their concerns and complaints. The mayor listened attentively and promised to take steps to improve their working conditions. It was decided to increase their salaries, improve their work schedules, and provide additional resources to aid them in their tough job.
After these negotiations, the babysitters calmed down and returned to their duties. The daycare reopened, and the children happily welcomed their babysitters back. Labrador and I were pleased that we could prevent the conflict from escalating and find a solution that satisfied everyone.
That day showed us how important it is to listen to people and help solve their problems. Even peaceful professions like babysitters can revolt if they are not heard. We learned to appreciate their work even more.
Yes, Labrador, it was an important lesson for all of us. We're glad we could help the babysitters and restore order in our town.
One morning, Dobie and I were at our station when we suddenly received a strange and unusual call. The message stated that a volcano had erupted in the city center, spewing money. We couldn't believe our ears, but we decided to head to the scene and figure out what was happening.
When we arrived, we saw an incredible sight. In place of the old fountain, there was now a real volcano, spewing money instead of lava. Bills, coins, gold bars. A crowd of people had gathered around, trying to catch as much money as possible, and chaos ensued.
Dobie and I realized the situation was getting out of control. People were pushing, arguing, and even fighting over the money. We had to intervene quickly to prevent a disaster. I took out a megaphone and started calming the crowd, urging everyone to move to a safe distance and avoid creating a stampede.
Meanwhile, I tried to figure out where this strange volcano came from. We noticed a scientist in a white lab coat nearby, observing the scene intently. I approached him and asked what was going on.
The scientist introduced himself as Dr. Finch and explained that he was conducting an experiment to create a source of infinite wealth. He didn't expect the experiment to get out of control and lead to a money volcano eruption. He was extremely worried and ready to help us solve the problem.
Dr. Finch and I quickly devised a plan to shut down the volcano. He explained the steps we needed to take to safely stop the eruption. While Labrador continued to manage the crowd, Dr. Finch and I worked on deactivating the machine that powered the volcano.
The work was complex and required precision, but we managed it. When the last safety switch was turned off, the eruption stopped, and the volcano began to quiet down. People calmed down, and we were able to restore order.
Dr. Finch thanked us for our help and promised not to conduct any more experiments without proper safety measures. Labrador and I were pleased that we could prevent a disaster and bring order back to the city.
We completed the mode. See you next time. Dobie, do you see this? Monsters are coming right out of the movie screen. Hello, everyone. Today we have an unusual story. Sheriff Dobie and I decided to play Roblox and chose the Escape the Monster Cinema mode. It turns out someone opened a door to our world through the cinema screen, and monsters started coming out of the film.
Hi, guys. It was a crazy experience. At first, everything seemed normal. We were sitting in a virtual cinema watching a movie, but suddenly, monsters started crawling out of the screen. It was like a nightmare.
In the Escape the Monster Cinema mode, we had to run through a maze of seats and screens, avoiding monsters. Each monster was unique. Zombies, ghosts, werewolves, all trying to catch us.
And that's not all. We discovered that someone had deliberately opened a portal for these monsters. We had to find keys to close all the windows and doors they were coming through.
It was a real challenge. Each cinema hall presented new dangers. We had to use all our skills to avoid traps and not get caught by the monsters.
But the most interesting part started when we reached the main hall. There was a huge boss, a monster commanding all the others. We had to find a way to defeat him and close the main portal.
At first, we thought it was impossible. But then we noticed that hints appeared on the cinema screen from time to time. We followed them and were able to activate traps that weakened the boss.
In the end, after a tense battle, we managed to defeat the boss and close the portal. All the monsters disappeared, and the cinema became a safe place again. It was an amazing adventure.
Thanks for watching us today. We're glad we could handle this task and hope you enjoyed our adventure.
See you next time, friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. And if you like the Escape the Monster Cinema mode, be sure to try it out in Roblox.
We decided to go to the movies to see a new zombie film. We expected a typical horror flick, a bit of adrenaline, and some fun. But of course, things didn't go as planned.
The movie started quite normally. A standard zombie apocalypse, groups of survivors, and all that. But at some point, we noticed that the zombies on the screen started moving strangely, as if they were no longer following the script.
Then one of the zombies, right before our eyes, crawled out of the screen. We thought it was some incredible special effect. But when the zombie grabbed popcorn from a nearby viewer, it became clear. This was all real.
Panic swept through the hall. People were screaming and trying to escape. Labrador and I immediately realized something more serious was at play. We needed to find out what was happening.
Seeing the zombies becoming more aggressive, we started looking for the source of this strangeness. And of course, we found it. In the projection room sat an evil scientist, gleefully rubbing his hands. He was using some device to bring the film to life.
We made our way to the projection room, fending off zombies and helping viewers along the way. Anything we found, brooms, chairs, even popcorn, became our weapons.
When we reached the projection room, we realized that turning off the device wouldn't be easy. The scientist had activated security. Several big, ugly zombies immediately charged at us.
The fight was tough, but our training and ingenuity helped us defeat the zombies and the scientist. We destroyed his device, and the zombies instantly disappeared.
The cinema became safe again, and the viewers came out of hiding, gradually calming down. The scientist was arrested, and the cinema was temporarily closed for inspection.
This incident showed us that evil can lurk anywhere, even in the most unexpected places like a cinema. But we are always ready to protect our city from any threat.
Oh, it was a beautiful morning, and Dobie and I decided to visit the new dinosaur zoo. Rumors about it had been circulating for weeks, and we couldn't miss the chance to see these ancient giants, even if they were just artificial models.
Yes, it was something new. All the dinosaurs looked very realistic, and the technology used to create them was impressive. We were strolling through the park, enjoying the sight of tyrannosaurs, triceratops, and other dinosaurs, when suddenly something strange happened.
All the dinosaurs suddenly froze, and then began to slowly come to life. It was incredible. The first to come to life was a giant Tyrannosaurus. It started moving and roaring as if it were real. Soon, all the other dinosaurs began to come to life as well, and turn metallic.
The crowd at the zoo began to panic. People were screaming and running in all directions. Labrador and I immediately realized that we needed to evacuate everyone and find out what was going on.
We turned on our sirens and started directing people to the exits. At the same time, we contacted our sheriff's team to prepare for a possible evacuation and provide assistance.
Meanwhile, the dinosaurs became increasingly aggressive. They were destroying enclosures and chasing people. Metallic tyrannosaurs and velociraptors became a real threat to all visitors. We knew we were running out of time.
We made our way to the central control room of the park, where we found a scientist desperately trying to stop the chaos. It turned out that this was not just a zoo, but an experimental park with nanotechnology. But something went wrong, and the nanobots started turning the dinosaurs into metallic monsters.
The scientist explained that he had a device that could stop the nanobots, but it was located in the farthest part of the park, where the dinosaurs were already rampaging. We decided we had to take the risk and reach that device.
Navigating through the destroyed enclosures and avoiding the metallic dinosaurs, we finally reached the device. Dobie activated it, and it began emitting a powerful signal that was supposed to neutralize the nanobots.
It was a tense wait. The dinosaurs continued to attack, but gradually their movement slowed down. Eventually, they stopped and froze in place. The nanobots were neutralized and the danger was over.
We returned to the evacuated people who had gathered outside the park. Everyone was safe, and our sheriff's team helped calm and assist the injured. The scientist was arrested for conducting dangerous experiments without proper control.
This incident showed us that even the most advanced technology can become a threat if handled carelessly. But the important thing is that we were able to save people and prevent a disaster. The zoo is now closed indefinitely, but we hope that in the future it will become a safe place for recreation, and we will always be ready to help if anything goes wrong.
One sunny morning, Dobie and I decided to visit Love Park, which had just opened in our city. It was a new park built on the edge of a beautiful beach, with many entertainment zones and romantic spots. We thought it would be the perfect place to relax and enjoy a pleasant day.
Yes, Love Park looked like a real idyll. Spacious beaches, clean sand, cozy gazebos, and even small waterfalls created an atmosphere of complete relaxation. We decided to walk along the beach, where we immediately noticed two girls who looked simply stunning. They were sitting on the sand, playing and having fun.
We approached them to introduce ourselves. They were friendly and cheerful, and soon we struck up a conversation. The girls introduced themselves as Masha and Olya. They told us they had recently moved to the city and decided to spend time in the park to relax and enjoy the summer sun.
Masha and Olya were incredibly interesting to talk to, and we quickly found common ground. We talked about everything, from favorite books and movies to future plans. During our conversation, they mentioned that they loved the water and often spent time at the beach.
As the conversation became even more engaging, we suggested playing beach games together and even taking a ride on a catamaran. Everything was going great until the evening came and the sun began to set.
As the sun sank lower, Masha and Olya started acting a bit strangely. They seemed nervous and were whispering to each other. We didn't think much of it until we noticed their behavior becoming even more odd. Suddenly, they stood up and headed into the water.
That's when the most unusual thing happened. We saw the girls entering the water, and suddenly they began to change. Their legs merged into a single, long, tail-like part, and they turned into real mermaids. We stood there, unable to believe our eyes, but their fins and shimmering scales were undeniable.
As we approached in confusion, the mermaids explained that they weren't just girls, but mermaids searching for an ancient artifact hidden somewhere in the park. They said the artifact had magical properties and could restore balance to their underwater kingdom.
We were, of course, stunned, but decided to help them in their search. Together, we explored the park, paying special attention to the bodies of water and hidden corners. The night enveloped the park in a mystical atmosphere, and every sound of water seemed like part of a great mystery.
Finally, we found a hidden cave beneath a waterfall. Inside was an ancient chest covered in green moss. Olya and Masha, using their mermaid abilities, opened the chest, and inside we found the ancient artifact glowing with magical light.
The girls were immensely grateful and told us that the artifact was the key to restoring peace in their underwater realm. They invited us to visit their world, but unfortunately, we couldn't accept the offer due to our duties.
We said goodbye to Masha and Olya, who returned to their underwater kingdom full of joy and gratitude. Love Park became an ordinary place again, but Labrador and I will never forget this amazing adventure. We not only made new friends, but also became part of a magical story that began right here on the beach.
We're almost out of here. This is the last parkour through the stinky sewer, and we'll escape. Guys, hit the like button and leave comments. We really appreciate it. Dobie, can you smell how terrible it is in this sewer? And look at those white mice or rats, I'm not sure what they are. Guys, see you in the next mode.